you. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, July 14th at approximately 9:23 a.m. This is a continuation. We had recessed and now we're going to resume the meeting that started a couple of days ago. And we've had to have several interruptions. We had a full board meeting in the middle of one meeting, and then we had some problems with some bills. So we have before us Board Bill 64 and Board Bill 71 as amended. Board Bill 64, we found out that a attachment was not, that was supposed to be incorporated by reference, was not included on the perfection of this bill. Normally we would try to find a way to work around it. There's been some call to question if what we're doing is legal. So my question, now my thing is that we need to make sure this is a legal bill. We don't want anything anything attacked on this bill. So I'm going to ask that the committee not engross this bill, that we send it back out with the Alderwoman to be engrossed. I'm sorry, to be perfected, and then it'll come right back. We were already having a. In fact, if they perfect it, we can put it back on the Wednesday's regular meeting that we're having tomorrow. And so if that will be done, we can have it done and then sent back out. So Alderwoman from the 19th, if you have any thing you wanted to say about that, I'd appreciate hearing from you. You're still muted. You're still muted.
There we go. I am aware that those items were not attached in the physical sense when the bill was at your committee, and the indication in the bill, when reading it, it says that it made reference to. So it's a technical matter. I'm not in total agreement that we could not go ahead and move forward, but if that is the choice of the committee, we'll just have to work with that, and the airport will have to deal with it. So.
Well, what I'm saying is that we're going to have a meeting at 10 o'clock. You can perfect it again, and it'll be right back in this committee for tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. So we'll make sure that we're covering all bases.
Okay.
You understand? So we're meeting tomorrow.
So you're meeting.
We want to make sure it's
meeting tomorrow. No.
We meet every Wednesday at 10 o'clock.
It can't be finally passed, and so that's a contract that's very important, and they won't be able to move forward, but that's okay.
Okay, I understand, but really, when you're doing board bills, your attachments and everything are supposed to be forward, and before you know, that's what we sent people to look for it and everything else. I called an alderman and said, "Hey, can we fix your bill?" We do all of that to try to get it done. But if people are going to call into question, then I want every I to be dotted, every T to be crossed, okay? And we will hear it the first thing in the morning before anything else gets started. Because we're not trying to hold it up. We just want it to be legal. Okay?
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Good morning, Alderwoman Evans. How are you this morning? Okay. The next board bill we have is Board Bill 71 as amended. This is the airport bill. We held this over because we had questions about the bill. Since that time we had the bill before us, I've gotten all kind of letters and correspondence. I do know that there are problems with this bill, so it's something that the sponsor should really look at. I'm really questioning. This is not even one of the problems, and I will speak to it when the sponsor third reads it and finally passes it. I'm really concerned that we have a board bill that says that people can sue the city, but not whoever takes over the lease for 49 years. That is a mistake, and that's waiting to happen. It's on the lot. It's on the same level as when Carl Icahn, we gave him $5 million, which is no money compared to this. And also when we wrote into the Rams bill that they could leave if we didn't have the same stadium as people in the future. So this board bill says that you cannot sue whoever gets this lease you have to sue the city. I think that's ridiculous. But saying all of that, Board Bill 64 is before us, and I'm going to go through each person and ask them if they have any problems. I always start with my vice chair, which is Alderwoman Green. And I'm sorry, not Board Bill 64, Board Bill 71 as amended. Alderwoman Green, do you have any problems with Board Bill 71 as amended?
As I said in our committee meeting on Friday, there's a ton of inconsistencies in it in terms of bullet points referencing areas that don't exist, in terms of a lot of just like technical errors. But I also know that the president will just take it from our committee today anyway. And he needs to think that this bill is fixed. So I'm fine just giving him what he wants this time around.
Okay. Alderman Todd, you have anything to say about this bill? You need to unmute yourself, please.
I don't have any problem with the bill.
Alderman Vaccaro.
I have no problems with the bill. Had none last week.
Great. Alderman Oldenburg.
Thank you, Madam Chair. No, reading the bill again through the purview of the jurisdiction and the power of this committee, I have no comments or issues with the bill.
Well, when we finish, I'm going to show you some other things, some rules that will be very different than the interpretation of the president. And I promise you, you will find out what the president is putting out is not the truth. But I always lie. I tell him all the time when he talks to me about stuff, okay, Dan, I'm just going to be quiet and let you find out. Then he always comes back and say, you told me. Yes, I do tell him. And then I let you find out for yourself. I don't know who, Alderwoman Grass. Any problems with the bill?
No, I'm confused about all of it. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. All right. And Alderwoman Evans, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, Alderman Grass, if I say Alderwoman. I got to remember you want to be called Alderman, and I will work on that. So I'm sorry. Alderwoman Evans. You have to unmute. There's a flash through your telephone. There you go.
Okay. I don't have a problem with the bill.
Okay. Is there anybody else that was added to my committee overnight? The president could have saved himself a lot of trouble because we intend to vote this bill out. So if there are no problems with the bill, as I said before, I'm not supporting it, but I don't block bills and I always let the committee vote. I'm going to vote not to pass it out, but you all are free. And we've always done this. I would entertain a motion to pass out Board Bill 71 as amended with a due pass recommendation.
I'll make a motion that we pass it out.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion before we start the vote? So we don't want to do a roll call because we have all these new people. And as I said before, I'm not voting for it. I think this is a big mistake and it's going to end up in court and it's going to cost the city a lot of money. But I don't wish to try to help save people who don't want to be saved either. So when the embarrassment comes back and we get sued and we've wasted all this money, I want this to be me on record saying this is a mistake. And with that, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Alderman Vaccaro.
Aye.
Alderwoman Howard.
Excuse me, stop. Alderman Vaccaro needs to have his face to vote. He cannot have a picture up to vote.
Aye.
Thank you.
Alderwoman Howard. Alderwoman Green.
Pass.
Alderman Oldenburg.
Aye.
Alderman Todd,
Aye.
Alderwoman Evans,
Aye.
Alderwoman Grass,
Aye.
Chairwoman Tyus,
No.
Alderwoman Howard, Alderwoman Green,
No.
5
aye votes and 2 no votes.
By your vote, you've passed out Board Bill 71 as amended. And we have nothing else on the agenda. So I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Madam Chair.
Alderman Oldenburg, we only had 2 things on the agenda. That's it. This is a resumed meeting. We'll have the regular meeting
Ma'am,
tomorrow.
Board Bill.
Go ahead, sir.
Board Bill 64 is on the agenda, correct?
We just addressed that. That was Alderwoman Davis's thing. Okay, we're going to bring it back.
I'd like to move that we pass out Board Bill 64.
We already addressed it. You are not recognized for that. You are not recognized for that. We've already passed it on the. You are not recognized for that. We're not holding up. She already agreed. You are not recognized, and this is we're in the middle of a motion to. We are in the. First of all, you can challenge it in the. There is a motion to adjourn on the floor. Please mute Alderman Vaccaro. Please mute him. Please mute Alderman Vaccaro. Please mute Alderman Vaccaro. Please mute Alderman. Thank you very much. With a motion to mute Alderman Vaccaro, mute Alderman Vaccaro, mute Alderman Vaccaro, and then I will finish what I am saying. Mute him. Mute Alderman Vaccaro, and I'm not going to ask you anymore. Whoever's running this meeting, mute him. Mute him. And we're not going to go, and he's not going to run this meeting. Mute Alderman Vaccaro, and leave him muted until I ask you to unmute him. When a motion to adjourn is on the floor, that is on the floor. Now, if we do not adjourn, okay. But a motion is on the floor. And so you cannot bring something up in the middle of that motion. So I move to adjourn because we have nothing else up. I'm not going to recognize anything else but this motion to adjourn. I move to adjourn, or we can recess. It don't make me no difference because I will recess, okay? Now, I can do that. Please understand. We're not trying to do anything. The Alderwoman who handles the bill has already agreed to do that. So leave it alone, because otherwise I'm going to just recess. Okay. Let's just go on and have some decorum. I know you guys will sit here to interrupt, but understand everything the president says is not true. And I am a rules person, and I try to follow the rules, and I'm trying to get her bill done correctly. And I'm not going to send it out on the floor. So we either are going to adjourn or I'm going to call a recess. But either way, it's going to do. And I can just do that as the chair. Please understand. Please. Okay, this meeting is recessed. The end. I'll see you guys recessed to a time to be named. Thank you very much. We're not having any more of this meeting because you are being like little children come here just to interrupt it. And I ask you again to mute. You have unmuted Alderman Vaccaro's mic. Mute the mic and do not open it again. And if he opens it, then I'm going to hold you responsible. I am the chair, and he is not recognized. You can talk until you are crazy in the face, okay? All of you all here, do not hear Alderwoman Davis agree that we would just bring it back tomorrow? Not a problem. So if you don't want to adjourn, then this meeting is recessed. And I will call it back when we get a chance. But I am not going to bring that back up. I want her bill to be right. You're not coming in here to just run roughshod. I do not recognize you because you do not respect this committee. So, are we going to have a motion to adjourn or are we going to recess? It's okay with me. Do I have a second to adjourn?
Second.
Roll call.
Okay. Excuse me. Again, you have unmuted his mic, so I will take this off the table. I am recessing this meeting at this point, and it will be, we will resume this meeting on Wednesday after our regular meeting, if that's what we have to do. There's ways to always go around what you're trying to do, because I wasn't trying to do anything but get the business done. If you guys are coming in here for foolishness, I'll play the foolishness with you. All we're trying to do is get business done. So I'm just taking this meeting into recess. Thank you very much. Thank all the people who've been on here who try to do a good job. And for the new people, if you've come to do nonsense, I will give you nonsense also. But if you've come to do business, and some of you know me for a long time, I do business. And I don't let Joe Vaccaro, who's been out lying on me, now come in here and try to run a meeting, okay? So I always have the authority to recess a meeting. This meeting is recessed. Thank you. Please end the board, and we're going to meet with this meeting. We'll resume after our regular meeting tomorrow at 10 o'clock.